Yeah, they're loaded. I had a chance to connect with Dan Lanning a couple days ago, and he talked about on paper it's the best roster he's had. And I think everybody would agree with that when you look at Dylan Gabriel and the variety of other new players that came in or the players that just developed. I think they had 8 or 9 defensive linemen that were freshmen a year ago. Now they're second-year players. It's gonna be fun to watch these guys coming off the edge. Like Mateo Uyunglele is one of those star players that I think can have a breakout year for the Ducks defensively. I think they fit in really well. Like I think there's something to every conference. Yes, had a style of play, but that was also a relatively lazy take, I think, when you think that way around the country. Let's just start where we were in the Pac-12. Everybody thought it was air raid offenses because of all the elite quarterbacks that come out. But it's a way more physical league than I think people ever gave it credit for, especially last year when you looked at the way that a lot of teams ran the ball. Like remember, UW, the way they ran the ball against Oregon in the Pac-12 title game. And that was the storyline versus their Heisman finalist, Michael Penix Jr., dealing all over the yard. So I think that's going to be fun to watch the 4 teams enter the Big Ten that are known for, kind of 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's the lazy, probably historical take. I think when you dive into the teams within the league, Jim, which I've had to just in advance of the season as I'm going to join the Big Ten Network this fall, is yes, teams are physical. Yes, there's a different size and depth to a lot of the defensive fronts, but they also have a lot of talent, right? There's a diverse offenses in this league. So I can't wait to watch like Penn State. They get a new offensive coordinator. Shifts, motions. He came from Kansas a year ago. If you remember what the Jayhawks did the last couple seasons, it's been pretty impressive offensively. So I'm excited. Think of Graham Harrell, former USC OC. Now he's at Purdue, and they led the Big Ten in conference play in rushing last year, running the air raid offense. So I don't think it's going to be the most physical league in the country and they only run the ball and that's it. I mean, that'll be a part of it when weather impacts the game. But overall, I think there's diversity of scheme. And I think that's what's going to give Oregon a big benefit because I think teams are going to have to adjust to them as well. They're going to go with tempo. They're going to be physical. They bring, you could argue, the best quarterback in the league heading into this new league on their roster, and Dylan Gabriel, who's today's conversation. So I'm stoked to watch it. I've got the Ducks' first game of the season. Granted, it's not a conference game, but I'll be able to get up there for training camp and get up there for the first game against Idaho.